The reference angle is the closest distance to the x-axis, not the y-axis, the x-axis. So in this case, the reference angle is 30. In this case, it's this 45. They tell us that given the point that lies on the terminal side of the angle theta in standard position, find the values of the 6 trig functions of theta. This is where quadrant matters. Where you are in the unit circle matters. So when I graph -3, -4, most of you know how to do that. You go over 3 and down 4, and it's right here, right? You're going to plot the point where it goes. Don't get that part wrong, because that's like the 5th grade part, okay? Then you're going to do a really hard thing. You're going to connect the dot to the 0, 0. That's all you're going to do. Got it? And then you're going to bring and make a triangle with this side here. So, in order to get from here to here, I went 3, correct? And in order to get from here to here, I went 4. Got it? So now can I find the angle's always going to come out of that center. So that's what theta is. It's always coming out of the center. So you plot the point. You connect the point to 0, 0, and then draw a triangle up to the x-axis. X-axis, not y-axis. Got it? All right.
Square root of 27 would be your...
No, actually, it's not. It's a 5 here. Square root of 25. 9 plus 16 is 25. Yeah. So that's a 3, 4, 5. It's one of the most famous right triangles in the world. Do you know about him? No? 3, 4, 5. 3, 5, 5, 3, 4, 5 triangle. It's how people figure out in construction if the walls are making right angles and they're not going to collapse on people. Okay? So now let's write all the functions. We have cosine of theta, sine of theta, and tangent of theta. And we have secant of theta, cosecant of theta, and cotangent of theta. So the cosine of theta, SOHCAHTOA, is adjacent by over hypotenuse, so that's 3/5. And the sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse, which is 4/5. And the tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent, which is 4/3. And then these are going to be the reciprocals of those, so 5/3, 5/4, and 3/4. Got it? However, when we're in the unit circle, we have to watch for negatives and positives. Got it? Remember when we talked about all students take calculus? In that third quadrant, the only guys that are positive are tangent, because it's a T, and its cousin, cotangent. Everybody else is negative. So at the end, make sure you put your negative numbers on the ones that are negative. The only time all are positive is where? In which quadrant?
Top right.
The top right, the first quadrant, okay? The all, the A. And the last thing I'm doing is I'm just asking you to find certain things on your unit circle. So let's say I want you to find the secant of 5 pi over 6. Everybody got your unit circle? What things are next to the 5 pi over 6? It should be in your second quadrant.
150 degrees.
Huh?
150 degrees.
It's 150, but what's in the parentheses in the pair?
Root of 3 over 2
Yeah.
and 1/2.
Okay. Well, who is secant the reciprocal of?
Cosecant. Secant.
Cosine. So the secant of that is going to be the upside down of that guy. You find the cosine and flip it. Got it? So it's -2 over root 3, but can't have a radical in the basement. So it would be -2 root 3 over 3. Now your unit circle should have your tangents on it, your cosines on it, and your sines on it, right? If they ask you for one of those, just write it down. That's all they're asking. But if they ask you for one of the 3 cousins, you got to flip one of them. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.